In a world characterized by constant change, where economic fluctuations remain uncertain and technology advances at an astonishing pace, the prevalence of companies filing for bankruptcy and succumbing to insolvency comes as little astonishment. However, it is undeniably disheartening when long established trailblazers that have withstood the test of time decide to bring their journey to a close. In this article, we shed light on 10 prominent companies that find themselves on the precipice of vanishing in the near future. Number 10. Toys R Us. It's hard to believe that a company as widely beloved as Toys R Us would be in this video, but here it is in its heyday. Toys R Us was known as a category killer, a specialty store that squashes competition from both large to small stores. However, since the popularity of larger discount chains such as Target and Walmart, Toys R Us has had trouble keeping up since roughly 1998 to try and breathe new life into the company. A new president and CEO was hired who expensively restructured and remodeled existing stores, which seemed to please customers. The price tag on these renovations, however, left the company in a considerable amount of debt. Toys R Us thrived despite its debt and continued to open stores in both the United States and internationally as the online market flourished and retailers such as Amazon started taking over. Toys R Us has been feeling the burn, falling deeper into debt. The company was forced to file for bankruptcy in 2017 once their debt hit $5 billion. After the news of the filing broke, the company released a statement telling customers they have no intention of closing its doors and will be around for generations to come. Let's hope that's true. Number 9. American Apparel. At just 19 years old, the American Apparel brand has become synonymous with hipster style and American-made products. The company is no stranger to a scandal and has had its shares of controversy through the years they've been hit, with complaints pertaining to sexual harassment, poor labor practices, immigration issues, and racism. Many attribute the downfall of American Apparel not to these issues, however, but to focusing too heavily on hipster culture. Now that tastes have changed and youth culture has moved on, the company has left with very few repeat customers. Another reason this chain is struggling is due to online retailers taking over the entire shopping experience. American Apparel has mainly relied on visitors to their physical stores for revenue. They never planned accordingly for the switch to internet sales. These components are what led to the sale of the brand for $88 million. American Apparel was purchased by a Canadian apparel company called Gildan, who will shift its focus on wholesale. In addition to the $88 million to purchase American Apparel, Gildan will also be shelling out another $15 million to purchase American Apparel's inventory and orders. This additional purchase makes many think they will continue to distribute the same products. Whether Gildan will keep the brand intact is yet to be determined. Number 8. Virgin America. Virgin America was acquired by Alaska Airlines in 2017, and there was a big question mark for a while as to what Alaska Airlines would do with the Virgin brand. Alaska has announced that the acquired Virgin America flights will all fly under the Alaska Airlines logo by 2019. Alaska Airlines has said that while they understand the Virgin American brand is loved by many, they need to make the change to ensure consistency of their airline. Alaska Airlines has made some big promises to the loyal customers of Virgin America, saying they will keep the flair associated with the brand as well as some of the perks such as free entertainment, music, and lighting. The acquisition was a leap for Alaska Airlines in the hopes of getting their foot in the California market. The Virgin America jets are all set to be painted with their new name in 2018. Number 7. Twitter. Twitter came on the scene in 2006 and has been a success with users who like to post short messages or tweets and interact quickly and concisely with other users in real time. In recent years, however, there has been a consistent decline in daily traffic to the site and to user interaction. Many of Twitter's problems lie with their reluctance to listen to their users when implementing changes to the site. Users have repeatedly asked for more functionality within their tweets, such as an edit button, more effective ways to block or moderate abusive comments, and a more reliable customer service experience. Twitter is still a popular place for many to speak their mind. However, it's losing momentum due to a lack of necessary and desired upgrades. Many say the only reason Twitter still exists is because a new Twitter hasn't emerged to take its place. Speaking of social media, another app struggling to differentiate itself is Snapchat with the introduction of stories on Instagram, which basically mimics the functionality of Snapchat. The filter loving app may be in big trouble as well. Snapchat is losing their celebrity base and their followers to Instagram at an alarming rate, and ad agencies are pulling out just as quickly. Number 6. Barnes and Noble. The successful book superstore of the 80s and 90s may be no more if sales keep falling at the rate. Their sales have been down in 17 out of the past 19 quarters, and the company is starting to feel the burn. It was bound to happen at some point. What with online retailers like Amazon selling books for less and with quicker shipping? Not to mention the fact that Amazon's Kindle is dominating the ebooks market and their own Nooksy reader has flopped. The hope is that there will be a buyer for the $516 million current price tag. This would be quite a deal for any buyer since Barnes& Noble has hardly any debt to speak of and is still making some money. If they could partner with another company, think Amazon and Whole Foods, they may just be able to make it through the storm. Number 5. Google. When Google hit the scene, no one had ever seen anything like it. There was nothing else on the internet that gathered and organized information the way Google has done. The problem with Google is there seems to be nowhere left for the search engine to go, while almost every website on the internet seems to be realizing the significance of social interactions online. Google has made very little successful headway in this realm. Users now expect to be able to interact with other users when they do everything online. Whether it be making a purchase, reading an article, or listening to music, Google tried to take note by introducing Google Groups and Google+, but neither really took off. Unless Google can find a way to revamp their website, they may be beat by websites like Bing, Yahoo, or even Ecosia, which is a search engine that essentially does the same thing but takes the revenue it collects from ads and uses it to plant trees. But they're not nearly the biggest threat to Google's dominance on the issue. Google's executive chairman, Eric Schmidt, said, "Many people think our main competition is Bing or Yahoo, but really our biggest search competitor is Amazon. This is because both companies predominantly compete in product searches. So even though it may seem unlikely now, Google itself isn't quite as indestructible as you may think." Number 4. Time Warner Cable. Internet-based streaming for movies and television has left many cable companies with very few options. One of those companies is Time Warner Cable, unable to compete with the immediate gratification of Netflix or Hulu. Time Warner Cable has started the dreaded shuffle to try and save face with years of being notoriously known for terrible customer service and tech support. Time Warner Cable had the highest amount of customer complaints in 2015. According to consumer polls, all wasn't lost for the company, though despite their poor customer reviews. Time Warner kept subscribing new customers to their cable TV service. In 2016, they merged with Charter Communications, and its name has officially been changed to Spectrum. With this change, Charter hopes to invest a lot of money to improve the customer experience and help Spectrum survive. However, it's only a matter of time before the name Time Warner Cable is forgotten altogether. Number 3. Kmart. In the last decade, Kmart has closed one-third of its locations. The once booming chain, which reached peak profitability in 1992, has slowly but surely been in a downward spiral ever since. While competitive retailers like Target and Walmart invested in new technology necessary to manage their supply chains and update their outdated systems, Kmart was resistant, and many experts cite this as the beginning of the end for the brand by not putting money into improving their brand image and store functionality. It seems Kmart has been spinning its wheels, trying to find the right balance of brand consistency and better sales. In 2002, things came to a head when the company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy due to their lack of sales and climbing debt. A scandal ensued when the chairman, Charles Conaway, and President Mark Schwartz were both accused of lying to shareholders about profits while pocketing millions of the company's monies to purchase things like airplanes. After the scandal was over and Conaway and Schwartz stepped down, Kmart was forced to close roughly 300 stores hoping to rise from the ashes. The company laid plans to reinvent itself with a new logo, new store layout, and products. Shortly thereafter, Kmart merged with Sears, and the two brands began mixing together by offering Sears hardware and home collections in Kmart locations in the hopes of re-establishing itself in a new way. The momentum hasn't lasted for long, and Kmart stores have been hit hard year after year, especially during the holidays. The company still struggles to stay afloat and has consistently had to close stores by the hundreds each year. Number 2. Sears, and just as with Kmart, Sears department stores will be closing more locations before the year is out. In the early 1990s, Sears was blindsided by the success and popularity of Walmart, which became its greatest competitor. Sears consistently released statements denying that Walmart was any real threat to the brand. It was this denial that would be the first nail in the company's coffin as Walmart began beating Sears in sales month after month. Sears has never recovered from that blow and has since had to contend with retailers like Target and Amazon as well. Business analysts have noted that if Sears had taken the threat of Walmart seriously in their early 90s, they would have been able to come out on top. In recent years, Sears has been trying to stay afloat by cutting $1 billion in cost by selling stores, letting employees go, and selling their brands. Even these actions can't get this company back on track. As of November 2017, there are only 680 Sears stores left in the United States, and that number is quickly diminishing. Before I reveal the most outrageous example in this list, I'd like to remind you to subscribe. We upload amazing fact-filled videos every day, so don't miss out on learning some amazing new information. Also, hit that bell icon for notifications on more amazing fact-filled videos. Number 1. YouTube. Being able to view and access information freely on the internet seems like a simple expectation when it comes to the issue of net neutrality. It's not as simple as you may think. Basically, net neutrality is our right to say, watch, write, and communicate freely on the internet. An end to net neutrality would mean an end of free speech online. Without it, cable and phone companies would have the ability to block or censor what we look at on the web. An end to net neutrality would allow internet service providers to treat internet data how they like, and hence, they could slow down or entirely block your favorite websites. Websites like YouTube could disappear in an instant, and that reality is very possible. The Federal Communications Commission, or FCC, will be voting on a proposal to move forward with the plan to get rid of net neutrality on December 14th. If this proposal gets voted in, there are so many repercussions. Just a few include censorships of websites like YouTube, which you may not be able to access with certain providers. Slow internet speeds and extra fees to make sure your voice is heard and to protect your rights. Reach out to your local politicians and let them know you say no to this plan. To find out more information about this important issue and to find out how your voice can be heard, visit www.savetheinternet.com. Which company would you be sad to see go? What are your thoughts on the net neutrality issue and how will you take a stand? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.